Joining me right now, the administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration, Linda McMahon. Actually, I would say it's not entirely tightening. It's kind of opening up in some ways, in very good ways, Linda, right now. It's good to have you here talking about such an important topic. But this is what we keep hearing, right? There are companies that have jobs open, but they can't find the right workers because they're not properly trained. What's really going on?
Well, I can tell you we are enjoying a robust economy. Where there have been about 3.7 million jobs created since the president took office. And so as the tax cuts and regulatory rollback went into effect and business optimism kept growing, there are more jobs available than for the first time we have workers for. And when I'm out visiting with small businesses, their number one issue that they're talking to me about now is a skilled workforce. So what the president is hoping to do with this executive order, this is the order for the American worker, but it's going to be helping businesses as well, because there are two different platforms that are going to be set up. One is going to be the interagency council that members of the cabinet that are going to be, it's going to be chaired by Secretary Acosta and Secretary Ross. I'll be serving on it as well with other cabinet members and other government officials. The second part of it is going to be an advisory board that is going to then be staffed and members will be from the outside, from business, from state governments, etc., who will be providing input to raise awareness that we need to do about this critical shortage.
So what will you actually do?
Workforce.
I mean, I know you get the committees and everything, but what will they do?
So the committees then are going to be working with private industry, who will be coordinating with our institutions, our vocational schools, 4-year institutions and 2-year institutions, to look at what education needs, how they can restructure the paradigm of education to fit the needs of business. So we need a skilled workforce. We need more STEM courses. We don't necessarily need 4-year institutions that are providing education the way they are today to fill the job shortage. And small businesses, if you think about it, are going to be competing with big businesses for increased wages and increased benefits. So really getting more and more skilled workers into that workforce is going to be very important for small businesses.
What does that mean, though, skilled worker? I mean, it's, I guess it means a lot of different things, right? Because there's a lot of different skills out there. But is there a way to sum it up? I mean, do we need more science?
I think it's actually training the workers for the skills that industry needs. Sometimes that might be STEM, it might be computer engineering, it might be those skills that are for, machine learning, for artificial intelligence. But also, if you think about the company Foxconn that's going to be coming to Wisconsin in 2020, they're going to be bringing 13,000 employees. But first, they need 10,000 workers to build the building. So those skilled workers we need are welders, carpenters, electricians, plumbers. So when I say skilled workforce, it is a workforce that is going to fit the needs of industry today. And so what we're seeing in this executive order today, we're going to have about more than 15 members of industry today who are going to sign a pledge that they are going to create apprenticeship programs, or they're going to be encouraging other companies to create apprenticeship programs, because we found successes, especially in my state of Connecticut. There's a large company there that's already established apprenticeship programs in 8 cities outside of the state where they have employees. They invest they're going to invest over the next 5 years about $15 billion. And that'll have a downstream effect of about $19 billion for workers and companies.
We need to pay attention to it for sure. So I'm glad you guys are, because the reality is, you go to school these days and you're not equipped. And there used to be a time in our history as a country where you could go to high school. Maybe you didn't even have to finish high school, but you could get a job and take care of your family. And we've lost that ability, and now you've got people that are coming out of 4-year colleges with tons of debt and no ability to take care of themselves or any family members. So I appreciate the focus you guys are putting on this. Thank you.
Yeah. But Tricia, I'll tell you, if you think about it, I know companies now that are going into vocational schools and our community colleges, and they're putting the equipment in there to train students on. And it's a cooperative program whereby the student will be in class for 2 days a week and then work on the floor of the company 3 days a week and get paid while they're doing it.
Nice.
And then when they graduate and finish the actual program, they move immediately into that company's workforce.
Wow.
So the private sector is going to have a big part of making this all work in our training and reskilling our workforce.
We look forward to seeing the president sign the executive order. Thank you so much.